In this next video, we're going to be talking about linear regression. It is one of the simplest statistical learning models, but it's a good starting point for learning about newer approaches to statistical learning. Once you have a good understanding of linear regression, that will actually help you to understand more complex methods. Previously, we looked at the advertising data set. We looked at the sales attribute in particular and looked at sales as a dependent variable and the other three variables as independent variables. So let's review that real quick. Let's load our Python libraries in that we're going to be using to analyze the data. Then I'm going to use the pandas read CSV method to load a CSV file specifying that the first column of the CSV is actually an index column and is not going to contain any data. Next, I'm actually going to plot the data. So I'm going to use the Seaborn library here and the regression plot function from the Seaborn library, specifying which data set and the different independent variables and dependent variables. And I'm going to plot each one on an axis of our subplots here. So let's go ahead and plot that. So you can see that we've got three scatter plots here, one for each of our three independent variables, each represented against sales. Pretty strong linear relationship between the first two, and even some linear relationship here in the third. Notice that each regression line, each line of best fit, also has a confidence band around it, so this is going to help. And these are all aspects of doing this linear regression and digging deeper into what linear regression is. So to motivate this discussion, we might begin to think about how we might take information that we get from an analysis of data to develop a marketing plan. So if we're thinking about this advertising spending and sales, we might ask, is there a relationship between advertising spending and sales? If there is a relationship, how strong is it? Of the different features, which are the strongest in their relationship, which would lead us to what kinds of spending contribute the most to sales? If we can do this, can we accurately predict future sales? If there is a relationship, is it linear? Do we need something more complex to model the relationship? So these are the sorts of questions that linear regression is going to be able to answer.